Let me stop you. If you will, identify yourself and tell us what church you're from.
Okay, Dave Kruger, First Baptist Church in Lynn, Missouri. And two-part question for Dr. Mitchell. You were talking in your afternoon session about what's happening in the church in Europe, just literally how dead it is. First of all, is what's happening in Europe with the evangelical movement? Are evangelical churches doing anything in Europe? And is there any hope for the re-Christianizing of Europe?
Well, I think there's always hope, but the truth of the matter is it's a tough road to hoe. This is a battle that is completely uphill, because one of the things that has happened is that in Europe, they've seen so many religious battles, they've seen so much corruption in the Catholic Church and in some of the others, that basically, you know, they are not all that crazy about hearing anything, and they don't want to be restrained by anything either. And so one of the things that's happening is they are falling apart at a number of levels. They're falling apart at the family level. They're falling apart at the government level. You know, they're trying to do this European Union thing, and we keep hearing daily, weekly, of all the problems that they're having, and they're trying to hold the whole thing together, and it's not working out. And so, you know, perhaps the only thing that may cause them to seek Christ is for everything to collapse. Because once that happens, they might be willing to actually listen to the truth.
But that happened.
Yeah, Dr. Yeats, speak to it.
See, economically, that happened prior to the rise of fascism, Nazism.
That's right.
And in other words, some banner would be what they would march under. One of my concerns in Europe, economically as well as culturally, is the massive number of refugees that have come to the primate cities in Europe, by the millions. And here's part of the dynamic, and Americans need to listen up on this. When you kill your babies in womb, that doesn't mean economically that you still don't need those who are employed to provide services in the future.
That's right.
And so what Europe did was import these refugees from Middle East countries to come to their nation to do the service industries in Europe. And if we will watch what's happened in our nation, is that we exceed the number of abortions. There's only one other nation that's exceeded the number of abortions than the United States, and that's China. Proportionately, we've killed far more. Who is going to do those jobs, those service industry jobs? It's the people that we import into our primate cities, like New York, Detroit, places like that. And well, we're even seeing that here in our state. We have those who've been planted by our government in our state. Now, I'm not one to throw rocks at that. I think that's our golden opportunity to share the gospel with those individuals so that transformation can take place, because they're in a new world and they want to see something happen. But as far as nationally, we're paying the price for our sin of shedding innocent blood. And we are fools if we think that God has turned a blind eye to this.
That's right. That's right. I'd like that.
Great point.
Add just a few more things.
That's great.
Even with all the importation of others from other countries, Europe is losing 900,000 people a year.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, so basically, they're headed towards extinction regardless. Okay? And getting back to our situation, do you realize if it weren't for abortion, we would have produced, there would be enough people here who would have worked and paid into Social Security so it would be flush with cash forever. And here's the thing, the generation that started having those abortions, they're coming into retirement when the system's going to collapse. And so God is not mocked. God is not mocked.